Okay, how to harvest wheat seeds and onion seeds by hand. And also the seeds of this year's survival garden. Right here. Here it is right here. I got a little bit of everything. Uh, this is actually dent corn. And I don't think it's this year, but I think it might be last year's dent corn. And this is Indian corn right here. Popcorn. Okay. The Asian beans are from like a maybe some of them are from this year, but a lot of them are from a couple years ago or a year ago. The wheat seeds are from maybe a couple years ago. I tried an experiment this year and it didn't work. I tried to create a wheat field in one of my row crops and it was a disaster. I didn't get anything. Well, no, I did get some. I think that's where these came from. But anyways, you have to think about your staple crops, okay? And the staple crops are, there are six or seven of them. You got wheat, right? Beans, potatoes, corn, and believe it or not, peanuts. And these are peanuts right here. This is from the garden. This is what I was able to salvage from, when the raccoons or the armadillos went in there and ate everything. But let me just cover the crops. This could actually work if you could actually make it work with this crop right here. Let me just go ahead and cover everything that I have grown. Okay, and I'm making an experiment with this sweet potato right here. I also want to try to dehydrate a sweet potato and see if I could turn it into maybe a long-term storage item like what I have up here. And these are all specialty seeds. This is the 15 bean soup you could buy at the supermarket. Okay, and you store them in these bead storage system that you can get at Walmart. Okay, 24 little containers to store your seeds. If you don't garden, you could at least try to store seeds. Specialty papaya is too hot, too cold up here, even though I'm in zone 8B. But let me cover this, okay? So you need your staple crops. You need to be able to produce either flour or wheat, sweet potatoes or potatoes, and beans or corn. Notice here I've got 4 of them covered. I've got the potatoes, the wheat, the corn, and the peanuts. This is where you're going to get the bulk of your calories. Peanuts are about 2,500 calories a pound. And, just go ahead and you need 1 yard, 3 feet of peanuts to get at least a pound. I got 1.5 pounds. But 3 plants should give you a pound. But, if you have poor soil, it's going to take more plants. So peanuts are for cooking oil. Your body needs to stay lubed up. Corn, that's really, you grow corn for your livestock, like your cows, your hogs, maybe even your chickens or whatever. Wheat, 1,500 calories a pound. Corn is 1,500 calories a pound. Potatoes are about 350 calories, or 350 to 356 calories a pound. Okay, but you need to have staple crops, and this was all grown. I grew all this. Okay, and then it's pretty cool. I've probably got over 200,000 seeds in here. But let me show you here. You need sugar, watermelon, cantaloupe. Okay. Now to spice up your food, you need onions and garlic. This is what garlic looks like when it comes out of the ground. See that? Doesn't look pretty. You clean it and wash it. And that's elephant ear garlic, and this is a different type of garlic right here. Okay. Look, see the way it looks like when it comes out of the ground? You wouldn't think that was garlic. Okay. And then, then you have the peanuts. So you could actually survive if you had to, but you need to keep the animals away from your garden. And what happened this year, I had the raccoons and the armadillos got into the garden and they ate all my peanuts. But let me show you how to process the seeds from wheat and peanuts. So, and these are the seeds right here. These are the onion seeds. See how small they are? Okay, and I've got some in there, right in there. I need to add it to my long-term collection right here. And notice these are the size of a book. Check out that rare book right there. I don't know if you could read it or not. Peanut Science and Technology. It's hard to find books on peanuts. That's an old book from I don't know when. Probably the 90s or 80s. I'm not sure. But let me show you how to harvest the onions. So you take your onion head, and it might look like that. Okay, you can see the onions in there. Onion seed, and you just lay it down right here, and you keep it in a container, and you can do the same thing with the wheat. See the wheat right there? Those are the wheat seeds. I did the same process. This right here is styrofoam. This is insulation styrofoam, and you just put it in there, and you rub these two together like that. See all the seeds coming out? See how they're coming out right there? Kind of put it in there, and watch. You can see these seeds coming out. So they're going to come out like that. As you rub them, they're going to come out. See that? And then you just take the stalks right here, set them aside, throw them in your compost area where you're going to go compost. And then eventually all these seeds, you could do it by hand like this. The way I'm doing it, you could wear some good leather gloves and crunch them by hand. But eventually, all this material is going to be at the bottom. And what you would do is you would just scrape it all up like that, throw it all in there, and just keep doing this. Rubbing them together with two hands, and eventually all those seeds are going to come out. You can almost see them separating from the shell. See that? And then, you leave them in the same container right here, and then, you could blow them with a hairdryer, and all the loose material will go up in the air. And then eventually, you'll get a little mixture of, smaller particles, and then some of the seeds will still be in there. And you just separate them. Now, eventually, what will happen if you had some kind of, like lawnmower or something? You could put them on, you could put them in a container like right here, and put them on something that vibrates, and all the light material will come to the top. And you can just pick it up and move it out of the way. But or you could leave some in there. You'd leave some in there. It doesn't matter, right? But that's how you do that, and you can do the same thing with this wheat. And this wheat came from, this came from the land. But wheat's harder. See all those little lines in there? This process works really good for wheat to break it up. Because even if you wear gloves with this stuff, it's still hard to separate it. So you just sandwich everything like right there. Just put it like that. Get a whole bunch of them. I'm not gonna do it, right? But just put it in there and just shake them both together, and eventually all those wheat seeds are gonna fall to the bottom, and then you'd be able to collect them eventually right into a container like I have right there. So, it's a lot of seeds, but if something happens, you'd be able to rebuild. All right, see y'all later. A lot of information about peanuts in there.